Hey, Jerrell, we are live.
Oh, snap. What's going on? I
I
thought
just,
you
I
were
just
going to
like
do an intro and stuff. What happened?
yeah. This is a friendly podcast, man. So there's a couple people waiting, coming in and out. I noticed. Geraldine is always the first, right? But this is a friend podcast, man. So it's always makes me laugh because like when I tell people, all right, I'm gonna do the intro and then blah blah blah, then everybody puts
Mhm.
their head down and it's like they praying.
Yeah, I was chilling, man.
I can see people doing their thing, maybe they're taking a deep breaths or doing whatever on the side. I can see them at the bottom of the screen and in little green room and stuff. So that's funny to me.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, Chilla, man, it's always good to have you on, man. So, this is a concept podcast that I have here. It's gonna screw up my algorithms, you know what I'm saying? But I don't care because the whole thesis statement of my whole podcast is just to meet other people like myself,
Hmm.
because I'm tired of talking to myself and tired of people cursing me out, telling me oh the Knicks suck this and that. That's not fun. That's not like, if you're a fan of the team, like I have this up here, the definition of a diehard. So I mean, if you want to read it, like this is from dictionary.com, you know, like somebody said, oh, why don't you use the Webster's dictionary? Because Webster has like a very dumbed down version of it. But if you could check this out, it says a person who vigorously maintains or defends a seemingly hopeless position, outdated attitude, lost cause, or the like. does that
Damn.
does that seem like something that makes sense to you?
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know if I would call us lost causes, though. Well, maybe so since we Knicks fans.
Yeah,
It
everybody
might
calls
be,
us a lost cause, man.
that's what I'm saying. It might be a lost cause just because of that, because we haven't won a chip in a while. But,
Right.
being a Giants fan, I wouldn't say that I'm a lost cause. I'm just hopeful of the future because we suck.
All right, so they got an adjective. It says resisting vigorously and stubbornly to the last. Just stubborn.
Yeah, we're definitely stubborn. I understand that. Definitely stubborn as a diehard fan.
Yeah,
That's why
resisting
we hear.
vigorously.
That's why we hear every year talking about the draft, the off season, the coaching. We're all diehard fans. That's why we all in the chat all the time. Salute to everybody in the chat. On different people's shows. Us as content creators, like you have to be a diehard in order to get that done.
Yeah, I mean a bunch of sick motherfuckers, man. I'm just glad that I'm just not by myself. With this
Right,
whole thing.
right, 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 right. Of course, man. Like I can't not do it anymore. Like now that I start doing it, I caught the bug. Now I can't stop doing it.
Yeah,
Like I
definitely.
gotta keep pushing.
So the thing with me, I can never keep a schedule, So that's my biggest problem. But it's also my biggest asset because a lot of people enjoy that. A lot of people say, "Yo, this motherfucker's
Right.
crazy. He just came out of nowhere, and got this pod." Me and State, I did a pod and then State popped on maybe like 30 minutes after. It was
Hmm.
like after midnight. I just did it just to do real quick, just to
Hmm.
get something out because I was thinking about something. Yo, who the hell is spamming me over here? I'm looking like, do you hear this shit? Like, I'm getting all these like these texts. Oh, I know what's up. I got something connected here. All right. So
Oh.
anyway, yeah,
Yeah, I
man.
kind of
So
like the shotgun pods though. Like I like the one that you had earlier today with Hector. Yeah, that was dope. Because
yeah.
I'm usually at work. I'm working at my desk, and I just pop you on because I'm allowed to listen and look at my phone and stuff while I'm working. So I just listened to y'all for an hour, man. That was fire. Like that was dope. I didn't know it was coming, so that's why I liked it.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, it was me and Hector never talked. We always talking to each other offline and stuff. Always
Hmm.
chopping it up or whatever. Or I'm always just giving him, whatever we talked about. That's between me and him. We talked about throughout the years and stuff. I just never had him on the pod. I just thought that was so odd that I never could do it. But it's like he's just so busy. If something comes up, he makes something, and then you just forget. Oh man, I was supposed to hit up what's her name. But then that turns into three 3 years. It's
Right,
like
right,
what?
right, right. You got to think about. Look at the first time I was on this show was when. That was a long time ago, bro. I think that was like sometime last year, right?
Right.
And now I'm just starting my own channel. Like, look how long that took. Part of
Well, I
that is
mean,
part of that is the Giants' fault, though.
yeah. Well, the Giants suck, man. So do
Exactly.
the
So
Jets and this, that, and
it's
the other. But
hard, man. It's hard, man. It's hard doing content when your team is losing. It's like we went through it like with the Knicks this year.
right.
Like it's
So I
tough,
mean,
man.
they have a term for us, man. So here's another thing too, diehardism. That is they have it here on dictionary.com, but I can't find it nowhere else, and there's no definition for diehardism.
Yeah, I
So
ain't never
but
heard of
it's
that.
there though. You see it? Yeah, it's highlighted right here.
So what is
Diehard.
it? Is it like the study of being a diehard? Like what does that mean?
I don't know because I get that. I get that. I was thinking about that too, but I was thinking about religion too. Say like Buddhism and Christianity and all that stuff. Sometimes they
Mm-hmm.
have isms on there. So being a diehard, diehardism could be a freaking religion for us, man. The way that we give it up for our teams and stuff like
And whoever made that up was smoking some ism.
that.
Like I ain't never heard that, bro. Like it's all good though. Diehardism is all good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I want you to, because you're not new to this, man. New on doing
Right.
podcasts and stuff. Yeah, you did guests and stuff, but you also had one pod with a few guys, whatever. So I mean,
Yes.
talk about that, and then I want you to talk about Steph as well.
I actually have been doing podcasts for like a few years now,
Mhm.
mostly like in the hip hop space and hip hop culture, rap music, stuff like that, R&B. I had a podcast called Bars and Shots, and we actually went on for about 3 years, and we just dismantled pretty much like a couple months ago. So that's why I'm free to do other stuff now. And then I started going on Steph's show. Salute to Steph. She's on vacation now.
Yeah,
Dope Soul Sports Talk.
yeah.
I go on her show. She has a show on her show called Just Nicking It on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock. And then she has Queen's Court on MBK on Mondays at 8. I usually go on there too.
Oh, you going both?
Yeah, I usually go on both. So I've
Okay,
been doing that for the past month or so, or maybe 2 months. I forgot. But
okay.
now that I was thinking about doing the Giants channel, I don't see that many people doing that much Giants content. I know some channels like Kristen Tanner, he's dope. Talking Giants, they're dope. Fireside Giants, they're dope. But I don't know that many people that actually looks like me doing shows like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I figured I'd get into space and start off with a new regime with Joe Shane and Brian Dable, and we got David Gettleman out of here. So it was the perfect time to start one.
That's what's up. So I mean, I gotta put you out. I'll put you out here. You got your giant stuff, man. I see the giant thing in the back there. Shout out
Yes,
to
sir.
Biggie and Doom. You got your
Yes,
mad
yes,
villain.
yes, yes. My
Yeah,
my show, even though it's going to be a sports show, I'm always going to be hip hop oriented. Like that's where I come from, and
yeah,
me and you come from the same spot. We're both from Brooklyn. We're both the same age, so you get it too. Like part of your show is hip hop as well.
yeah. Because it is a lifestyle. Being a diehard is a freaking lifestyle. All the,
Yep,
like I said, this is color scheme. Look at the color schemes that you have going on there.
yep,
Everything like that. Even when you do the Knicks stuff, you throw in the Knicks jerseys. It's
yep,
it's like a uniform. It's like a gang almost. Almost like a gang.
yep.
Like I don't want to say gang, but say like a club. Like they have motorcycle clubs. They try to get away from the gang thing, so they call themselves clubs. But they have
Right,
their patches and things of that nature. So this is what we do. I got my own merch that I made out the kindness of my own heart. It makes me feel good.
right, right,
Just
right.
the whole diehard thing, man.
See, I'm
So
not there. Yeah, I'm gonna give me a diehard Jerrell jersey, a Giants jersey. Put it in the
do it,
back
man.
somewhere.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, so I mean, the term diehard is not completely, like this mine. I get that that people want to stay away from it to get their own thing there, but you're
Hmm.
definitely a part of the team here, and I really just enjoy I enjoy your company, the way that you speak and whatever, and I just that little pod that we did with Lee Valentin,
Right,
with
right, right.
the whole it was just kind of like an off topic thing. I just me personally, I just want guys to get more exposure. Like Lee, I think Lee is dope, so but he does his comedy thing, but his podcast stuff, he's really good at that too, man. So I would like guys to get out there and more people to see them. So if somebody just comes across my channel and sees them, just talking to that's what I would like. And same thing with you. Like I know you like the Giants, whatever. So when you hit me up and say, hey, can I quote unquote can I use the diehard thing? I said, listen, man, you're the Giant guy. You know what I'm saying? So I have
Word.
no real interest or like to talk about the Giants like that. So go ahead and just do your thing.
Salute, man. I just wanted to be part of the family, man. And you have an open invite. Obviously, anybody from MBK has an open invite. If you looking at the Giants game, I'll probably go on just like you do with the Knicks going halftime to crunch time. I'll probably go halftime, do a halftime report, and probably stay on for the rest of the game. So I don't
Okay.
want to do the start of the game and be on there for like 3-4 hours and stuff. So I give people a break, get people into the game, then turn me on at halftime. Then we go on after that.
Yeah, that's what's up. So I mean, are we friends, bro?
Yes, of course, man. I
Because
told you,
I
man.
don't.
Pretty soon, you already said you don't love no man. I'm gonna get you to say you love us, bro. You gonna
Yeah.
love some of us.
Listen, man. Did I not give you a hug when I saw you the first time, man?
Yes, you
I
did.
went
Yes,
right
you
up to you
did.
like a puppy with the tail swinging and everything.
Yes, you did, man. It was good being at the MBK draft party. I saw a lot of you guys in person for the first time, man. It was a very, very dope experience.
Yeah. So like me, like I'm a working guy. You're a working guy too. Your kids are a little bit older. You have a work at home situation, right? But me, I'm in the
Right.
field. So I'm out there for a lot of hours. I got my kids and stuff like that. But a lot of times, I just kind of forget about stuff. Like I forget about my
Right.
friends. I forget about my family, my moms and my dad and shit. I couldn't tell you the last time I called my mom or my dad. Not because I don't necessarily want to I don't fuck with them or nothing like that. It's just the simple fact that I'm just a grown man. He goes fucking State, man.
Hey, yo, stay salute, bro. What's good?
State was good, State.
I gotta get State on too.
Yeah,
Most
man.
definitely.
Yeah, but this is not a State show, bro. I keep telling State about that shit, man. So I mean, anyway, I got to get State up out of here.
Hey, yo,
You know
man,
what I'm
State with
saying?
the pop is though. That's only right. That's what it's supposed to be. That's how
Yeah,
I
he's like
know
a
it's a real
variant.
diehard show.
Here we go. You got two cameras on here. What's good? What's good, State?
What up, bro? Oh, we can't hear you.
You got it muted. What's good, State?
You couldn't hear me because I kind of like muted myself. Yo, what's up, man? I see y'all was just talking randomly on YouTube. I got to pop in real quick, see what you talking
Yeah, I
about.
know. You're like what do you call Deadpool? Like Deadpool just pops in randomly. You're like freaking what do you call it? Stan Lee and shit. Just popping in on the pod, the variant. You know.
Yo, what's up, OG? How y'all doing, man?
I'm good, bro.
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I wanted to do a pod today at 9:30, but like I told Evil earlier, it's gonna be so much static later on. Like I don't want to even try to like fight nobody else for screen time.
I got you. Well, we got to fight you though, man. Because I mean, we actually here to talk about the Diehard Giants channel. This is Jerrell's baby here. He's gonna be talking about the Giants. So we're not necessarily talking about no Knicks stuff, So I know you popped in here, but we just doing that.
Even better because I hate Daniel Jones.
See, that's what's up. See, that's what's up. That's why we got to get people like State on, man. I'm here for all that, man.
Yeah,
that's what's up. I'm not the biggest fan of DJ either.
Yeah, so I mean that's the point too, because I mean a lot of people like they like the Giants, but they don't really they might appreciate somebody like the Entertainer or something like that, or appreciate something like what are those guys the Locked On team? They have a Locked On Giants and this and the other, but they just I just don't vibe with them because they're not we don't come from the same place.
Exactly.
They just don't give it up the way that we give it up. So for Jerrell to do that channel, is something that that's important. Because we need more people like us to do stuff like that. Because a lot of people think that that this shit is corny. I hear that from people.
Especially the way the Giants play, man. Like it's gonna be halftime. Don't get me wrong. We usually play at 1:00, but if we have like one of them late games and we losing, Diehard Giants gonna turn into Drake chants real quick. I'm gonna be saucy. I'm gonna start talking some shit, and I'm gonna be mad because that's how the Giants been doing me for the past couple years, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, I need ends, man. I need you. Can you imagine the Giants? I went through this last season. The Giants getting their head bashed in on Sunday, and then right after you gotta watch it, the Knicks get their head bashed in.
I hate it. I hate watching basketball until like football is over. Even though I do watch every game, but when you got to watch both, and then sometimes because the Knicks play on Sunday all the time, I hate it.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, man. But you know what? We are starting here from the bottom. The Knicks were at the bottom. Giants at the bottom. Yankees were at the bottom, and everything. Everybody's at the fucking bottom. But I feel like everybody at the same time is making a little ascension right now.
Yeah,
so, right now is like the best time to start it because you can fool around and get your voice and figure out what you really want to do with the show, and then just just grow from there. And before you know it, it'll become whatever it's going to become.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Like coming from you, coming from people like State, coming from like Steph, Sim, of course. Like all of you guys are pretty much legends in my eyes. I don't want to kiss your ass too much, but you know what I'm saying. All of you guys are pretty dope at what you do, man. Like this isn't easy. I know it's not easy because I did it a little bit for myself, but it's not easy. All of you are diehard fans in your own way, and I just learned from you.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. You look, the State has got his hand halfway up somebody's ass right now, trying to save their life, and he's up here talking Knicks and Giants with us, whatever.
I thought he was taking blood, bro. I'm about like, yo, do that first, bro.
My motto was, "Them patients could die if I'm talking."
Damn
Christ.
I'm talking sports. They could go, man. Because The one thing about football that I love is football is you hit the ground running as soon as you touch the football field, right? Like I was raised by my cousin. He was a huge Ravens fan growing up, so that was the first introduced to it. And I was introduced to the Giants because of Eli Manning. And like one thing he always told me, and this is why I don't like Daniel Jones, is you cannot make a quarterback generational. Either they come in generational or they just garbage.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, it's very rare you develop a quarterback. They got to have it already.
Right. They're usually you either special or you're not when it comes to the quarterback position.
Yeah, definitely.
And
don't get me wrong though. You can win a Super Bowl without a special quarterback, but it's just hard. That's all. It's just a lot harder.
But I'll give you an example. Like the 1987 Giants, they won with an okay quarterback. The 2000 Ravens won with an okay quarterback. I mean, if you got a Hall of Fame defender, then yeah, but
right.
You need a quarterback in today. Again, we at Mahomes, we talking about Daniel Jones. Jesus,
right.
I got a coach older than me. They hate Daniel Jones.
So I want to ask Jerrell, what do you think about, say, like the Giants won a few championships. So what do you think about David Hostetler? Right? Am I saying it right? The quarterback from back in the days, was it Hostetler?
Yeah. The backed up Phil Simms, yes.
Yeah, Hostetler. He actually won one of those chips because Phil Simms got hurt, and then the other one is Collins, the one that we made it to the
Kerry Collins, yeah.
The 1 year, Kerry Collins. So talk about them, those guys. Or would you consider those guys trash or whatever? Yeah.
Well, Kerry Collins definitely wasn't trash. Like he was a franchise quarterback for the Panthers before he got to us.
Yeah.
He was never trash. Don't get me wrong. I don't view him as special, but he wasn't trash. He was kind of like in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And a lot of things went right for us that year. And Jeff Hostetler, you got to think about the defense he inherited with Phil Simms went down. I mean, like we had one of the best defenses in the league, and that's why we won the Super Bowl. It wasn't because of Jeff Hostetler. Like I'm glad he didn't lose it for us, but our running game with Otis Anderson and Lawrence Taylor was Lawrence Taylor. So.
Right. Yeah, man. So because I remember, like that's one thing about experience too. Like we've been around a while. We're not that old, but we are old enough where we can go back to like a 1986, whatever it was, to bring up those stories, and then to connect I mentioned Kerry Collins because some people might remember that. Somebody that's like state's age with it, they might remember Kerry Collins, but Jeff Hostetler is like a deep cut. So we remember that type of thing, Like I can mention Dave Brown. Remember we drafted Dave Brown?
Oh my God, bro, Dave Brown. Who else?
We rock with him, man.
Danny Cannell. See, I'm a Florida State fan. I went to Florida State, so Danny Cannell, I knew he was going to be garbage as soon as he got to us. So, like he was a bum. Dave Brown, like you said. Who else? Kent Graham.
That was there with him.
Was it Dave Brown and Kent Graham? I think.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Two bums.
So yeah, man. We until Eli, we had a shuffle of quarterbacks. Like between the Phil Simms days and the Eli days, it was like we were terrible.
Right. So do you think this guy that we have now, do you think he's on that like where do you think he is? Like all the names that we mentioned, briefly here, what do you think he fits with all that?
See, I think he kind of like in the Kerry Collins role, even though I think Kerry Collins came in as a better quarterback. I don't think Daniel Jones is a bum by any means. Like I think if he was actually in a system for a few years instead of changing every year and having 3 head coaches and going through regimes with the new one that's here now, I think he would be a lot better off, but I don't think he's special either. So I can't say if he's our franchise quarterback, if that's what you're asking. So he's pretty much going on this is pretty much a 1-year trial basis, kind of like Saquon because he's under a contract year, but Daniel Jones is under a contract year, but he's actually fighting for his career right now because quarterbacks that don't usually sign their rookie extension, especially you was drafted in the first 10 picks, you pretty much deem a backup after that. Like think Josh Rosen, where's he at now?
Right.
He'll be another Josh Rosen, but even though I think Daniel Jones is better than him, though.
Right. So one compliment, you talk about backup quarterbacks. The backup quarterback of the Giants is Tyrod Taylor, right? But then there's another guy there. What's his name?
Davis Webb. I actually liked him coming out of college. He went to Texas Tech.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Like he played good
Or
the other
did
day,
you?
right? Didn't he play? He was like 30 for 38, I think.
Right, right, right. And actually, he might end up being our backup for a while now because Tyrod Taylor got hurt.
Oh man, what happened to him?
So, like, I think he got hit real hard by Clemens from the Jets, and
Okay,
he went out of the game. I think they said it's like back issues. I forgot how long he's going to be out, but he's
right.
questionable for the beginning of the season.
But yeah, I like Webb too, man. I remember him in college and stuff. So I'm looking
Hmm.
at a guy like Webb as why do these guys don't get their opportunity? Like okay, I get it. It's this guy, the Giants invested time in him. But I mean this guy here, he's good too. So what how do teams evaluate quarterbacks and because it's very different than every sport is different. They have their little nuances and stuff. But how come certain guys get opportunities but others don't? What is that about?
I think that it's the special factor that we talked about before. Like, you got to think about Davis Webb with the Texas Tech. So
Right,
he was there pretty much the same time as Patrick Mahomes.
right,
So that's why Patrick Mahomes ended up being Patrick Mahomes, but Davis Webb ended up being, a third round pick. He was his backup.
right,
So I think Davis Webb just isn't special. I don't think he's a bum necessary either, but I do think he'll be like a career backup.
right.
And people like him or players like him that are really, really smart, like word around the Giants that like Davis Webb might end up being a coach one day. So that's one of the real reasons that we got him in the first place. He wasn't supposed to be the backup. He was supposed to be pretty much the third string and semi coach for Daniel Jones because he needs help. Because
Right.
Davis Webb is coming from Buffalo with Brian Dable, so he knows the system like the
Right.
back of his hand. So
So I mentioned him too because I mean that's interesting because I didn't know that. See, that's what's going to happen when you tune into the Diehard Giants
right,
live
right, right,
channel. You're going to find out information like that because he
right.
was capping for our quarterback. He was saying that he was the best quarterback that he's ever been around. The smartest,
Hmm.
excuse me, he said smartest
Smartest,
quarterback he's ever been around. And
but
but like you said, he played with Mahomes and
right. But then again, on the flip side, though, you really can't think that Davis Webb is going to be much of a quarterback just because of what he did in the preseason. Because,
right,
like I said, remember, he's coming from that system. Daniel Jones is just learning the system.
right.
Tyrod Taylor is just learning the system. And when you learn a system, it's almost like learning a different language. So you got to think about Daniel Jones. This is his fourth year, but this is his third foreign language that he's working on.
So that I mean that's ill too because I mean you say he knows the system. So the system is
Hmm.
the Bills system. So he came from the Bills, and their quarterback there is like probably like 1 and 2. Talking about Joe Montana and Dan Marino. That motherfucker is probably Joe Montana, and the other
Exactly.
dude is Marino. So
Right.
that's high praise for Daniel Jones.
Right. So that's why, even though it all depends on how he does in this system this year, which is unfortunate because it's the end of his contract.
Right,
But it would have been good for him to have like 2 or 3 years, just like Josh Allen did.
right,
Because Josh Allen, when he first came into the league, he was picked high. His first 2 years, people thought he was a bum too.
right.
Like, his accuracy was off. Like, they say he couldn't hit the side of a barn sometimes. But now he's Josh Allen, might be
Right.
future MVP just because the system. Not saying the system made him, but it's all like it all has to like be a marriage.
Right. Yeah, one thing with Josh Allen too, man, is that like you said it, like people thought that he was trash when he came in there, but now look at him. He's gonna be one of those guys that like later on down the line, people are gonna emulate because he does a lot of he throws down from his ankle sometimes. He's
Right.
running. He does a lot of stuff that you haven't really seen so much. He's a unique talent,
Right.
but he's gonna give birth to that style of play as time goes on.
Yeah, Josh Allen is a freak. Like, people don't realize how big he is. He's pretty much like Cam Newton,
Yeah,
but with a stronger arm than even Cam Newton had.
yeah, six
You got to
five,
think
237.
right, and he runs. He's not as fast as Cam Newton, obviously, but he's a better quarterback and he has a stronger arm. He might have the strongest arm I've ever seen,
Josh
and
Allen.
that's saying a lot. I've seen Josh Allen throw a ball 80 yards like it's nothing.
Yeah,
Like, he has the strongest arm I think I've ever seen on tape.
yeah, I would agree with that because he just lets it go. It just comes out his hand like a video game, like he's
Right,
playing Madden out there. Like somebody's got a controller up his ass and he's like, playing like that. The way he releases.
right,
Yeah, man. So I mean, like you said, this is like 4 years in. So like 2 years ago, I'm looking at the stats too. 2 years ago, this guy, Josh Allen, he was like, kind of mediocre. Then out of nowhere, 4,500 yards and
right,
basically duplicated the season again the next year. 37 touchdowns, 36 touchdowns. It's crazy.
right. That's a quarterback getting, familiar with the system. Like Pat Mahomes went through it too a little bit, but he just hit the ground running because remember he had a whole year off when he didn't even play.
Right.
Like Alex Smith was there, like Josh Allen, Daniel Jones, they didn't have that luxury to do that. So Pat Mahomes actually learned from Andy Reid for a whole season before he went in. So when he actually got in, he was Pat Mahomes as soon as he got there.
Right. All right, man. So I mean, we're gonna talk about some more Giants in a second, man. But I kind of wanted to get your opinion on some Knicks stuff. This guy's actually not a Knicks player. He's not part of the Knicks anymore. To me, I think it's important because of the conversation that we're having. Like Diehard as a friend, like, do I have any fucking friends in this place? This internet stuff. We doing virtual things, whatever. Like I said, when me and you met, it was like, bam, like I was, sitting next to each other talking or whatever. Like it's like we know each other for real.
Right.
So the same situation, like you wonder like if behind the scenes that the coaches and the owners and the everything that you wonder if these guys give a shit about each other, while they're playing the way that we care. So just the insight of this interview here that I'll play the whole thing. It's actually a 2-minute interview for a lot of people that didn't see it, so I'll put it up on the screen here. So
I didn't see it, so please.
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it. So yeah, play the whole thing.
Yeah, so I mean, this is Kenny Payne here. You can see it here. He's talking about anyway. Whatever that says there, it takes away from really what he was actually saying. So just listen. I never actually heard him speak, and now I understand why that they gave him, the coaching gig over there in Louisville. Now I understand it because of what I saw here. So just check it out.
And the owner says, "Kenny, we got something to talk about, don't we?" I said, "Yeah, we do." He said, "Why would I let you go?" He said, "I value you. You're on the board of governors for the NBA, and nobody knows." He said, "You're one of the highest paid assistant coaches in the NBA, and nobody knows."
Yeah, did you know that he was on the board for the NBA?
No, I did not know that. Not at all.
Right. Did you know that he was one of the highest paid assistants? I had no idea. None of that stuff.
No, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so I mean that's all interesting. But anyway, let's get back into what he's saying because he builds up.
I value. I said, "Mr. Dolan, can I just be honest with you?" And he said, "Please." I said, "Because I just don't see it." I said, "I need your blessing and I need your blessedness." I said, "Blessing and blessedness?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "One, I need you to bless me to go to Louisville. And here's why. Have you ever heard the name Breonna Taylor?" And he said, "Yes, I heard." I said, "Well, there's a Black community that's suffering, that's neglected. That's first."
Yes, sir.
So then I said,
Yeah, don't you love Black people, man?
Yeah, that's just like, yes, sir. You heard him in the
Yes, sir. Yeah.
preach.
Yeah, man.
"Second, there's a group of athletes that played with me, before me, after me, that is neglected. They don't have access. I have to bridge that gap."
Come on, man.
I said, "There's a business community that is on the verge of maybe walking away from this university. I got to bridge that gap." Now, as I say this to you, I'm not a minister. I'm not a politician. I'm a basketball guy. So I don't know if I can do this. And I said, "But here's the second part. You're a blessed man." I said, "When your father handed you the New York Knicks, what was it worth?" Because
Yeah, I got to pause it there. Man. That's a bar. He threw it right in his face. You know what I'm saying? We all talk about that, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, we all talk about it. Yeah, listen, your father gave you the business. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as he said that, I'm like, okay, what's going to happen next? You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So he paints the picture. So anyway, let's keep it moving.
he handed it to you. What was it worth? 1.5 billion. What is it worth now? $8-9 billion. You're blessed. You took what your father gave you and you ran through the stratosphere. I need you to come to Louisville and be a part of it with me. He stood up just about with tears in his eyes and he said, "You have my blessing. Go help Louisville." That's how I got here. That's how I got here.
Yeah, that's to me. I
That's what's
just thought
up.
that was powerful as fuck, man. What do you think about that whole thing?
Yeah, that was up, man. Salute to Kenny Payne, man. I didn't know. I haven't heard him speak that often. So yeah, that was pretty profound, man. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. Pudge said 5 billion is worth. Yo, the Knicks are kind of like priceless. I think what's
Right.
the price on the Knicks? I mean, a team like the Clippers or something like that, or like what was the team Minnesota that was bought by A-Rod and stuff like that.
Hmm.
What is the Knicks worth? It's not about how much revenue we can get in. It's just the value of the franchise, what it means to the world. So
Exactly.
how can you put a number on that?
Right. You can't. The fan base in general, us being connected to the Rangers in Madison Square Garden makes it a special situation too. He will
Yeah.
never sell the Knicks. Like the Knicks are priceless.
Yeah, man. Because if you want to talk about diehard, freaking Dolan, I put the definition up here for a reason. I'm gonna keep putting that as long as I do this segment here. Just the definition of a diehard. That is our freaking owner. That's our owner. Our owner's a freaking diehard. How much money has he wasted? How much investments that he put into the Knicks that went absolutely nowhere? And we lost for 20 years, but how much money did he come out of his own pocket on coaches, on everything like that, fan engagement, and just stuff like that? How much did he waste? It sounds like us.
Right. He's almost like a fan that is not really good at this, but I have the money to do what I want to do.
Yeah,
That's what James Dolan seemed like he is. Like he seemed like he doesn't know much about basketball. Not saying that he doesn't know anything, but he doesn't know enough to make all the right decisions, obviously.
right.
But he has enough money to screw it up if he wants to.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm screwing up my algorithms right now doing this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm screwing up my algorithms, but to me that doesn't matter. But that's like the same ilk. James Dolan, he does stuff that people want him to sell a team. They hate him for whatever
Right.
reason, but he's here. He still keeps trying, but everything that he does is not doing anything for his brand at all. Even
Right.
even him not even being involved with the Knicks is not good for his brand.
Right.
People want to, where's Dolan? How come Dolan ain't stepping in for the, you know what I'm saying? No matter what.
God forbid he steps on a stage and plays a harmonica or two. You know what I'm saying? Like people talk about that shit too. Like I'm a billionaire. I can't have a band. If I'm a billionaire, I might have two bands, man.
He won a Grammy. His band won a Grammy.
Did they?
Yeah,
Oh
his
shit.
song. No, was it
I
a
didn't know
Grammy?
that.
No, it wasn't a Grammy. It was a, what do you call Oscar. They won an Oscar because his song was in a movie. One of his
Oh,
songs was in a movie, and
I
then
did not know that.
I forgot what movie it was. It was a big movie for the year, and it was actually on the soundtrack. But then one of the scenes in the movie, the song actually was in the scene, and it was like it painted the picture. It's like a bluegrass kind of
Right, right,
style
right, right.
thing, right? But it not for nothing. The music is good. I can't front.
Look
Him
at
singing
James
not so
Dolan.
much. Him singing not so much. But he could hold the note. In the bluegrass ilk. You know what I'm saying? I know you're into
Right, right,
music.
right. Oh, yeah. I don't mind bluegrass. It's
Yeah,
all good.
yeah. So that's his style of music, whatever. So anyway, he won a freaking Oscar with his band, and so it is what it is,
That's
man.
what's up.
But
So think about this. You James Dolan, right? Or say you just yourself or anybody, like you own the Knicks, you're a billionaire, and your band that you don't even need just won an Oscar.
what can you say?
Kiss my ass. Know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
can't say nothing to me, man.
you can't say
Forever.
shit.
Nothing. Nothing at
Yeah,
all.
it's like crazy, man. Like, and then also too, Kenny Payne made the point that the value of the franchise went up. But I mean, it's gonna go up anyway, due
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
inflation and that type of thing, But just look at the business side. Did you know that Dolan sold Cablevision?
No.
Yeah, people still talking about Cablevision as if he still owned it. He sold Cablevision to to another company. I forgot the name of it. I think it's like a French company.
When was
That
this?
now maybe like I think 2017.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't be caring about Dolan business. I just know he rich. Like I be worried about myself too much.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. People put so much emphasis on these little things there, but they don't even know the fucking half. They don't even know what's
Right.
going on, but they just have such strong opinions about things. That's what's so important to have, to encourage people like yourself that's trying to start a channel. Also myself too. I appreciate everyone that pops in. Pudge number one, right? Pudge is like probably like my biggest fan.
Yeah, Snoop Pudge, man.
Yeah, Pudge is everywhere. He's on everybody's channel. He supports everybody, man. But I really I really appreciate him coming on here because a lot of times when I'm doing something, he's always there, to talk whatever, man. So, but we need that. We need that in life, and then for Kenny Payne, even though this guy's a billionaire, he has it all, like you said, right? He still could give the word of encouragement to him,
Right.
to let him know that there's more to do,
Yeah, exactly. Because if you can make a billionaire like stand up and seem like he's about to cry, he said,
Yeah,
yeah, then you spoke some real words to him. Like
yeah,
that's not easy to do.
yeah. So I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
he
People
does.
talk to James Dolan. Half
Yeah,
the time people bullshitting him to half the time that they're talking to him. He's the boss. He's everybody's boss everywhere he goes, pretty much.
right. I know a couple of people that work for him. They say when he pops in
Hmm.
on the scene, everybody's like, "Oh shit!"
Well,
He's
yeah.
on the floor. He's on the floor, like that type of thing.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense. He's the boss. Like that's what like you gotta think about like every job when they supervisor, maybe not supervisor, maybe that's got to be higher than that. Like a general manager come to your store or wherever you work at. Yeah, people got to tighten up. Like it's a little different than if your manager isn't there.
right. But that's for productivity stuff. A lot of the guys are smoking weed on the side, or they're on Amazon buying stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's a different perspective like that. Like
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
Yeah. But one thing that I also pointed out with that interview, he also said that he needed the Dolan to come with him. So maybe he
Yeah, what
has
did that
something in
mean?
mind, huh?
Yeah, what did that mean?
Well, he's going to Louisville, Kentucky. There's a lot of stuff in
Hmm.
that little hotbed of the country that's that needs to be addressed over there. So I mean, to be a head coach of a basketball team in college in that area, you might as well be like the governor or like in the cabinet or something because they have power there. Duke and just anything like that, especially football towns like those football teams in college, they
Yeah,
run the state actually.
yeah, that's true.
So going to Louisville, Kentucky, they don't have any professional teams over there. Not really. They do. But not really. So
Yeah,
those
'cause
college, yeah,
I was just about to say like you're right. Like Rick Pitino was the man for a very long time there.
right,
And who was there before him? Crumb, Denny Crumb.
yeah, hmm
Yeah, he was there before him. He was the man too. A legendary basketball coach. So yeah, especially if you win, if you're winning Louisville, like Kenny Payne is going to be idolized there. Like he's going to be just like them.
But on the flip side, he brought up Breonna Taylor. He brought her up because everybody knows about it, name recognition. So everybody's going to get where you're going at when you say that. So I
Yeah,
mean,
true.
Rick Pitino, what's Rick Pitino visually doing for a brand, like somebody that cares about Breonna Taylor?
Yeah, that's true.
Visually, what is Rick Pitino doing? He'll do something for Donovan Mitchell, help him get to the NBA, maybe that type of thing.
Right, right,
But when you're
right,
talking about community and what a certain area of the world needs, so Kenny Payne, is definitely he power move, an extension of Dolan. Like, listen, I'm gonna call you. I need some help. You don't have to be involved. You don't have to
Mhm.
be physically involved. But when I hit you up, I'm gonna need your extension. Yeah,
Right,
need
right,
a
right, right,
helping hand there when it comes to
right.
things like that. So that's great. That's good for Dolan. Dolan's spirit, whatever, and just to give back in that way. And I get it. Like all that stuff is needed, man. But I'm painting this picture, man, because with this Diehard has a friend thing. I had Hector on here. Hector's
Hmm.
doing this thing. Hector mentioned that he was doing a pod with Hard Will. I'm actually gonna have Hard Will on tomorrow. So
Okay.
yeah, he was doing a pod with before Hard Will. Then Hard Will came on the pod. Then he got his other opportunity with another show. There's no beef. It's like, listen, okay, you got another opportunity over there. So they support his show because I was watching, whatever they big up his show and then he bigs up their show. It's just a way of uplifting each other because you can
Hmm.
see the light in people. I
Right,
see
right, right,
you're really good. Like I said, you're very modest. Which I appreciate about you, man. Very very chill. But you do a great job with these pods and stuff. I
Thank you,
enjoy
sir.
listening
Thank
to you.
you. I
Yeah,
appreciate that, bro.
yeah.
Seriously.
The bars and shots. I thought you guys were dope. I get logistically it's very hard, especially like because we're not making so much money. We're not like we're not millionaires doing this. We
Right, right,
basically
right,
it's like a hobby type of thing. Whatever monetization that you would get from this is not really doing much for you.
hmm
Other than okay, I guess we can go to McDonald's this
right,
week.
right,
That type of stuff. It's not something so crazy,
right.
but it's not really about that.
A
Yeah.
lot of people think that's why people start YouTube channels. Like we don't get paid for this.
Nah,
Like
man.
bars and shots, we had a nice little following. We never got paid for it. Nah,
Right.
like I actually paid out more a month just by doing the streaming services and stuff like that. Like the
Yeah.
stuff that you have to subscribe to Canva if you want to do graphics, subscribe to like StreamYard or Restream or whatever type of streaming service you use. Like we have to pay for that stuff.
Yeah. Editing
So
software and
everybody
stuff.
editing software exactly. So like we do this for the love of the game. Like that's why I'm going to do this. I'm not doing it for no monetary gain, at least not yet.
At least not yet. I'm not.
At
I'm
least
not.
not yet.
Denying it. Even though I shit
Exactly.
on ESPN all day long, if they decide to
Exactly.
give me a call and say, "Yo, we want you to go on
Right.
at 1 a.m. talking about
Exactly.
S my D to the whole fucking nation out there," I'll do that all day
Exactly.
long. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly. Like,
yeah,
yeah, I do this for the love of the game, but I'm no dummy either. Like, I'm not stupid.
yeah. What up? What up? So anyway, it's just more important. That's why I'm painting this whole picture. It's to me, it's important for us to uplift the culture, not just getting competition like the way guys are doing on Twitter, man. Guys on Twitter are like really making it almost like to the point where what's going to happen when you guys meet each other, type of thing.
Right.
It's like
Exactly.
they're taking it a little bit too far. But when
Hold
at the same
on.
time,
I
yeah,
just thought of it. I don't mean to cut you off, bro. Now that I think about it, I'm really enthralled with Nick's Twitter just because there's so many of us. Like I don't really interact that often, especially with people arguing, but I'm always like either seeing something because I follow pretty much everybody and I go into the spaces. When it comes to the Giants, I don't really know if there's any toxic behavior over there. I might have to dip my toe over there before I, do my first video. See what's popping.
but it's a culture. Ain't nobody caring about that shit.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I'm
about
saying.
Yeah, it's about the love of the sport and whatever, getting people together. There's a lot of different
Hmm.
people. There's a couple other people that I know that I can introduce you to offline too. Whatever.
Hmm.
Just because once you get into the mix, you're gonna see everybody. Everybody's gonna
Right.
be there. So it's like, why are you bringing that negativity to something that's positive?
Right. I think football is a little different than basketball. Don't get me wrong. Like when it comes to basketball, all different type of cultures, um, race, creed, color, gender, it doesn't matter. They all love basketball. Well, football is a little different because I don't know, like maybe tailgating when it comes
Yeah,
to stuff like that with the camaraderie and people got grills out and grilling hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff outside in the snow and they're not even going inside of the stadium to watch the game. Like
yeah,
that's a different feeling than just going inside a arena and watching a basketball game.
right,
Like you have to love what you're doing and the people that you're with in order to do something like that.
yeah,
That's why football is probably a little different, just because of that community when it comes to stuff like that.
right. But it's more militarized. I want to say, like it's very, very similar to military because a lot of people that enjoy football, a lot of them have military backgrounds or like
Right.
when stuff happens, always see somebody. Oh, they left the NFL. Where they at? Oh, they're freaking sergeant in freaking the army or whatever.
Right.
Because it's like hand in hand or whatever. It's like game plans.
Exactly.
That
It's the
type of shape.
organization. It's the
Yeah,
organization behind it, and so like it's the ultimate team sport. Like it's 11 positions on each side, and it's 53 people on a roster, and the whole coaching staff, training staff, organization staff. So many people involved compared to like a baseball team or a basketball team or even a hockey team. It's a lot of members of the hockey team, but it's nothing compares to football. So
yeah,
because of that, there's so many players and people involved that you have to be organized.
right.
That's why a lot of head coaches, when it comes to head coaches, some of them, don't get me wrong, they know the X's and O's and they know what they're doing, but to be a good head coach is because of your organizational skills. It
Right.
might not have anything to do with like your temperament to players or how well you run an offense. Like the best coaches in the NFL were good organizers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll throw you a curve. Like, a lot of people that follow football are fucking racist.
Yeah,
You
of
know what I'm saying?
course.
Like, deep south. What I'm talking about. Right? They're
Right.
racist. Whatever. A lot of
Exactly.
people. But
Hmm.
yeah,
No. I'm saying no. You're absolutely correct. You got to think about where football come from.
yeah,
Like is you have to think about it is a lot of racism. You got to think of the ownership now.
right,
Like if you want to, that's part about a whole different subject when it comes to the NFL and their practices and all the owners. We finally got a black owner when it comes to Denver.
right,
It's the first black ownership in NFL history. It is 2022. Why?
right.
So yeah, well, I'll probably get in a little bit of that on the show too, but it'll be during the live game, so I won't get kicked off or something like that. Like if I
Right,
was
right,
watching, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you start talking about, NFL ownership and stuff like that, yeah, some crazy could happen.
right. But I always throw the curves, whatever. But the point of the racism stuff is that, like, even though you might have that, as soon as you put the army uniform on, as soon as you put the navy uniform on, you're in the navy now, fam.
Yep.
So I might hate you, your culture, your people, or whatever. But once you put that stuff on there, I'm busting my gun for you. You're gonna bust it for me, and we're gonna go. We're gonna make sure we come home safely. Same thing with football. You put that jersey on. Everything that I think about you, whatever. As long as you got those colors on and we on the same page, I can sit, eat with you, tailgate. Hey man, we got some ribs coming in the thing. You want one? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, I can't stand your politics or whatever. But that's the whole thing. This whole stuff is about bringing people together.
Hmm.
Bringing people together and enjoying space and getting to know each other. That's another thing too. That's what squashes those things. If you could sit down and just crack open a beer and enjoy each other's company, that kind of could bridge the gap and make a fade maybe, or maybe blur the line in between those little
Yeah,
those things.
because it's the amount of the people that's involved. Like I said before, you got to think about a roster of 53 people.
Yeah,
Those are just the players, not counting like the players on the practice squad and stuff like that. So within those 53 players, there are position groups. So
right,
those position groups are like small families in itself.
right,
And then with outside of the position groups, then you have the offensive group, which is a family by itself. And the same thing with defense when it comes to the positions and defensive side of the ball when they actually come together. And like you have to form that type of brotherhood or camaraderie or family. Like you have to instill your team in that, or you wouldn't be a good team at all.
yeah, man. Salute to everybody that's popping in and out of the chat. We got Tough Love here. Shout out Tough Love. Eric G here. Talking about this is what America's about. All races and cultures coming together. But there is a history. What I'm saying, there's a history of
Well, of
America.
course,
Like we
yeah,
can't let it go. But at the same time, it's 2022. It would be nice to move on or whatever. But we still need to know where we came from. You need to know, and we can't forget it. But if we can use that to springboard to keep everybody together, that's like you said, common goal, everything, all that. That's what it's all about.
right, right.
Yeah, definitely, man. So let's segue again, man. I know you said this to me a little earlier. This is
Hmm.
very let me get my stuff together, man. This is very let me just let him say it.
You don't find that suspicious?
Yeah, man. So I mean, this is very suspicious behavior here with the Knicks and the Mets, right? So here we go.
Yep.
So I'll let you say it because I mean I think you mentioned this on Steph's channel, right?
Right. Now,
Let's
I
go.
kind of mentioned it a little bit, but we kind of like got off last Tuesday on her channel. And I don't know if I said it actually on the show or behind the scenes as soon as we got off, but the Mets and the Knicks are having a city night at City Field for some reason, and it's a Knicks night, and they have a special Knicks appearance. I think, you know, gut feeling that I think the Donovan Mitchell is finally going to get passed, and he's
Listen,
going to be the special Knicks guest. At least that's
yeah,
my hunch. I could be completely wrong.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't say special Knicks appearances or whatever because it's like what could possibly be a special Knicks
Right.
appearance?
There's
What they're gonna
one
have,
person.
like, who else, right? Who else could it be but Donovan Mitchell? And that's something like in plain sight that they put out there, right in your fucking straight in your face. That a lot of people, it just went over people's heads. So
Right.
like it went over my head a little bit. I saw it and I thought about it, but I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me just leave it alone, kind of thing. But like when
Right.
you articulate it, that makes so much damn sense.
Don't
And
get
look
me
at the
wrong.
thing.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm like, it's some hot take. I have no idea if anybody have thought of this. I haven't been on Twitter in the past couple of
You
days.
ain't gonna tell me you came up with this without no sources?
Yeah, this was like
No
last week.
sources?
This was last week when they first did it. When they
Right,
first because they brought this out like sometime last week, and me and Steph was talking about it on the show. But to be honest, I actually think it was after the show. Like we
right,
would, after the show, we'd be talking in the green room and stuff. I
right,
actually showed her this, and she said, "Yeah, you got something there." So, but we'll
right.
see.
So, but yo, you didn't come up with this concept through your sources or anything like that? Nothing
No,
like that.
no,
You didn't have a phone call from somebody around the league or anything like that.
nah,
This is
man.
something that you just came up with. Just your thought process. Common
Yeah,
sense.
man. Just use my brain. That's all. No sources.
But
No sources.
me and State have been saying August 30th for this for like
Hmm.
months already. August
Nice.
30th, we've been saying it. And it just so happens August 30th is the day of this Knicks night.
Right. And August 30th is the deadline when like people who's been traded, I mean, people who have signed or something is the deadline for them to be signed or able to be traded in a deal or something like that. I forgot exactly what it was.
They ain't low.
They
They're
ain't
not
low.
low. Yeah, man, they're not low. Yeah, man. So I mean, real ones know, like, as Puss said. But hey, we was talking about Lee Valentine a little earlier in the show.
Yo, what up, Lee? Yo, that's what's up, man. Y'all got that, man. We both came in there undefeated and they beat us. I think they got us by like 3 points. I forgot what the final score was. But yeah, it was a good day of backups and bums playing, and it was the last preseason game. And I watch any type of football. Like if it was high school players playing, I'd watch it. So I watched the whole game. It was a pretty dope experience.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. But like you mentioned that, like I'm trying to do this Liberty channel. I know nobody gives a fuck about the Liberty. You know what I'm saying?
But your last show, I actually did watch it. It's just that I was doing something because it was like on Saturday or something like that when you came on.
You see the excuses? It's like,
Right. I was
had
doing
something
something,
to
so
do.
I was listening. But I couldn't be in the chat. I forgot what I was doing, but I was listening to you, and I was
Right,
listening to the game. Like it was pretty crazy. You do a good
right.
job with it. You do an excellent job when it comes to that. Like for somebody to have a WNBA, I've never seen that before.
They don't do it. It's weird. It's weird. Same thing like with the Giants. Like there's not really a lot of like people like that look like me and you that talk about the Giants. Even like with Sim with the whole basketball stuff. When I was looking up on podcasts at the time, there was just nothing but people that don't that I can't. When I hear them speak, I just like
Right,
you know.
right, right.
I'm looking for a voice that resonates with me. So I was like, there is no voice. So then I just started doing it myself, and then that's when I found Sim and all those guys, and I was like, oh snap! Look, I'm not alone.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Like
So I mean,
this YouTube thing has been a beautiful thing, man. Look what it does. Like look at all the people that we've met, all the experiences that we have, and we haven't even known each other that long.
yeah. But do we even know each other?
No, not really.
Are we friends? Are we friends?
But
Diehard has a friend. Are we friends?
but see, here's the thing: we really don't know each other that long, or know each other. Period. To be honest, but the commonality we have so much of that. Then hell yeah, I'm your friend.
Yeah. So
It's
I
the
mean,
commonality. It's not like you have to know all the ins and outs of a person. But I know how you are with the Knicks. I know how you are as a person in general. So that's all I pretty much need. I'm good.
but I mean, what does it take to know somebody? What does it mean to know somebody? Like
Right.
just to throw out there, I love to throw my mother under the bus because she watches the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I gotta put my mom's out there. I love my mother, right? But I may not like her too much sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I'm
that's
just joking
funny.
around, mom, because I know mom is watching. She's always
Yeah,
watching.
yeah.
My dad too. My dad comes on here and says, "You're doing stop cursing." I say, "Hey, okay, cool." So, I can say something, or back at him to be snippy, and stuff like that. But
Right.
because I know him,
Mhm.
But like, what does it take to know somebody? So I mean, like, we spent a lot of time talking Knicks and just interacting with each other in general. So when I met you, it was like, okay, like it was if you've been sitting right here with me this whole time.
Right, right.
You know?
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's I'm glad. I really appreciate that, man. It's the same thing with you as well. Like ever since I started talking to you, and I knew I was, into your show. Remember I bought the sweatshirt, I bought the hoodie
Yeah, I
because
was
I was
passed
like,
out when I saw that shit.
he just go on every game and just talk shit for like an hour and a half. Oh, this is fire! Like what is happening? Like
Yeah, I think
this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. This is fire.
Yeah, I think you were the first person to buy merchandise before. I think you might have beat my dad to buying merchandise.
A word?
Speaking of my mother has yet to buy anything. My sisters and all you motherfuckers
Oh
they don't
man,
own Die Hard Nick stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird.
word.
But then somebody from like that lives in like Pennsylvania,
Right.
randomly got a hoodie. Shout out to
Hey
my man
man,
here. Where's my man here? Freaking Kareem. Did I delete it? I think I deleted the picture. Sorry, Kareem. Yeah, but I had a picture of Kareem here that day he was there at the thing. He was sitting at the bar. I'm talking to some because everybody's coming up to me. Oh, Ebro was good. So we just talking, blah blah. I look up and I see a motherfucker with a Diehard Knicks t-shirt on. I say, yo, who the fuck is that?
Yo,
So I'm like
that's what's
looking
up.
at him. You know, it's almost like
Yep, that's what's up, man.
at the time of that the song came on when me and him made eyes and shit. So I got up and I went over to him and I'm like, dude, do you have on a fucking Diehard shirt? So he said, yeah. And then he showed me because I'm looking at him at the shirt. I'm not even looking at him. I'm looking at the shirt, and then he shows the name tag, Korean Grant. And when I saw Korean Grant, I looked up at him, and then he just looked at me like, oh, you know. And then he picked me up in the air and spun me around. The time, you know, that legit happened though. That legit happened.
That's funny. I
But,
think I missed that part of the draft night.
You didn't see that part?
Yeah, I didn't see that part. I think that was before I got there.
The bitches came out and everything, the strobe lights and the flashing. You didn't see it? Man,
I missed that one, bro.
Yeah, man. But I mean, you know, all that stuff is just powerful shit, man. Just the power of of just like having a feeling, you know?
Right. It's all about who you resonate with and how you resonate with things. Like you got to think about even take it before that. Like imagine if Sim didn't do what he did and started his channel.
Right.
Like none of us would know each other. Like none of us. None of us would know each other at all, bro. Like it just how funny how it works. And now just because of that, him doing a few years ago decided that he wanted to start his own Knicks channel. Look at all the branches that came off of that tree.
Yeah.
Like even though this is a football channel, I'm a branch of that tree.
Absolutely, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with that because, like I said, it's you know, the power is in the thought. It's in the feeling. You know, is in the feeling. You know, not the thought, the feeling. You know, that feeling. You can get that feeling in Brazil. There's a Knicks fan Brazil channel for Christ's sake.
So I did not know that until you got on the show and I actually watched it. I was like, oh shit, I didn't catch it live, but I caught like the replay the very next day. I was like, I did not know it was a Knicks channel. Look at Andy from MBK, International Andy. He in Poland, and we found him.
Yeah.
Like think about that.
Andy gets mad at me. That's like, yo, man, you're gonna do a freaking international show and don't hit me out. You know, so I feel bad because I was thinking about him the whole time last night. You know, but I know he was sleeping. You know, but I had that thought in my mind. I had to get it out. I couldn't sleep on it. I had to get it out. So he lives over there in Poland. So I couldn't wait till the next day to hit him up and see if he could do it, and I had to get it out.
Like who's to think that you will find like an awesome dude that knows about the Knicks in Poland just because you started a YouTube channel,
right?
To the point that he's actually getting on your show, and he knows English, he speaks very well, and he can interact with anybody that's on the show.
Yeah, he
like,
got jokes and all that.
Amazing. Yeah, he got jokes. Andy funny as hell, man. So yeah, that's amazing to me. Like that's the type of stuff that hopefully that could start off with my channel with the Giants. Like I don't know how many. I know there's a lot of football fans out there, even in the MBK fans. So hopefully, if they are Giants fans, if you're watching the game, halftime, I'm on.
Yeah, man, I'll encourage it. I let everybody know because there's all these group chats and stuff, whatever. So drop stuff in group chats and just let people know the things that's happening, man. So if you're interested, just pull up and then let's just make it happen, man. That's what it really is all about. Like I said, it's that feeling. Ooh, right? That feeling, and it's a real thing. It's a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's a dope. It's like a dope. It's just a dope thing that's happening right now to me. Just because I'm not actually used to this. I'm not like naturally as a person in general. I'll give you a little bit of my backstory. I'm not like a people person like that. I'm a straight introvert. Like I don't go out often. I don't have many friends. I don't hit people up on the phone all the time. I don't do stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. Like for the most part, I chill with my family. I have a wife with 2 kids, and that takes up pretty much all of my time.
Yeah.
All my time and working, obviously. I work a lot. So yeah, when it comes to stuff like this is kind of life changing. Like I plan on having like a whole community over there. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Like I'm here to help you, man. It goes without saying. You know what I'm saying? Does Diehard have a friend? Hey, man, listen, you got a friend over here in Queens, man. I'm living in Queens.
That's what's up, man.
I represent Brooklyn, but I am in Queens. I got to give it up, whatever, man. So you got a friend here. You know that already, man. So if you need something, whatever, that goes without saying, hit me up, whatever. I don't have to say that here. You already know that already.
Right. And plus, matter of fact, speaking of that, I would definitely like you to be my first guest, and I was thinking maybe sometime this weekend, and we could just talk about the roster because the 53-man roster is going to be finalized soon because the season starts in 2 weeks. There's no game this week,
Right.
so I kind of did want to have a show before the season even starts.
Right. All right, so I'm with it, man.
Yeah,
it goes without saying.
I'll hit you up. We could talk about the roster, and we ain't gonna be on that long, but that'll probably be the very first live that's on there, the very first video.
All right, cool. So I mean, it's gonna be like this, though. Like that. It's gonna be over there.
True.
So keep it a bug. Maybe it might even be like this.
Nah, man, I don't think I'm gonna have myself on the big screen. I think for the most part, it's just gonna be us two little boxes on the side and us looking at the roster for the most part.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Well, this is my show, so let me get your ass back over there.
Yeah. Flip me back. I look weird over there with the Knicks flag in the background. I ain't used to that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So anyway, let me share this because I put it in the chat. I forgot to put it in the chat. Seems like I always forget to do whatever. I need a freaking intern, bro.
No, I told you. Remember, put me down as a mod. You said you could change it right here, right? I could have just put the link in myself, but you can't put links in unless you're a mod, or they won't be clickable or something like that.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, there goes.
That's it.
Yeah, all those alphabets and shit.
Yeah, man. I'm new, man. I can't change that yet, man. I need that. I forgot how many subscribers you need before you can change it.
It depends because there's some channels that don't even have the minimums for things, but they have access to stuff. So YouTube grants access to it's like almost like a beta program. They grant access to certain things to certain people randomly,
Okay.
So yeah. But for me, I didn't get nothing random. I had to grind out my stuff to get it, whatever I had to get. So for me, it took 1,000 subscribers.
No, to change your name, I thought the 1,000 was for monetization.
Yeah, it's for the monetization, but I couldn't change the that until I got 1,000. So once I got 1,000 subscribers,
yeah, I got a strong 2 right now. So yeah, I got a long way to go.
And that's you and me, I think.
That's me and you. That's it. So I got a long way to go, man.
Yeah, I'm singing today, man.
Man, we done brought the Tony out. See, that's what you owe. And I don't know if everybody knows this, but me and Eru are not obviously, but actually the same age. Like we're both the same age. We actually come from the same borough. We just grew up differently.
Yeah, and like I said, me and you have the same feeling about things. So we probably crossed paths plenty of times.
Right? Don't even know.
Yeah, your big ass probably chased me off the block plenty of times, and I didn't even know it was you.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, see, I didn't get. See, I should have said it. You didn't ask me about my background. I think I said that my intro the first time I was on your show a while back. I guess people should know why. I do talk about the Giants so much. I am actually an ex-football player. Played in high school. Was ranked pretty well. Got a lot of offers for D1. Ended up going to Florida State. Then Marshall after that. But ended up playing a little bit of semi-pro football into my mid-20s. And that's when the last time I wore a football uniform. I quit after that. I was good.
Yeah, so you actually have credentials. You're not just some asshole, this football, that has like a following that people follow them and they don't even know. They don't have no clue about necessarily no hands-on experience. You actually are one of the few people that have hands-on experience playing real football.
Yeah, man. Like a lot of people, and plus a lot of people don't see me in the screen, so I don't really look as big as I am. But if you see me in person, you'll be like, yeah, this big motherfucker played football at one point.
Yeah, he's pretty big. Pause.
Yo, yeah.
Pause, you know what I'm saying? But pretty big guy, man. From the distance that we were, because I wasn't close to you, whatever. I was at an arm's length from you, saying what's up. But I still could tell.
Right. Yo, so matter of fact, speaking of height and Paul's size and stuff, I didn't realize. I'm glad that I did end up going to the draft party. I didn't realize Ron was that tall.
Yeah, Ron is huge, man.
Yeah, Ron tall as hell. He got me like by 2 inches. I think he looked like, I didn't ask him how tall he was. That's corny. But I'm 6'4". Like Ron got me by at least 2 or 3 inches, yo. Ron tall as
Yeah,
hell.
I think
At
he
least
might be 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", I think.
he looked like it. So yeah, so I was shocked about that. I walked in, I'm like, oh shit, Ron tall as hell.
Yeah,
So it
super
was
smooth
somebody
too.
taller than me. Yeah, smooth as hell. Like Ron's a good dude, man. Salute to still Knicks fans. Ron and John, both of them, they're pretty good
Yeah,
dudes. And Jose in the background. I watched this show a lot
yeah,
too.
yeah. Scary ass Jose in the background. You know, like you could be talking, and then next thing you know, you hear somebody, who the fuck is that talking? Like, oh, that's Jose. Oh shit.
Yeah, yo, that's how you know. That's how you know how cool they are. They the only bougie ones that got like a producer in the background. Know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
those motherfuckers. I can use a producer, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, speaking of which, I'm gonna put y'all behind the curtain real quick. Creating these channels, doing the designs. I'm trying to start a new program that's not like StreamYard and Restream. It's called Ecamm. So I gotta like pretty much manually produce a lot of stuff, man. Like it's gonna be difficult but exciting at the same time.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be using another one. Ecamm is for You put me on the Ecamm, and the
Hmm.
other one, I think you put me onto the other one too, right? I
One
might be
called
using.
one called EV Mux.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
I might be
EV
using
Mux.
that.
Right. I
But
was
I'm
looking
saying,
at that too.
yeah, but it's also subscription. So I mean, god damn, could you like the video?
Yeah, I
You know,
know.
could you
Right.
subscribe? Jeez,
Right. Like when it comes to Ecamm, I ain't gonna even tell y'all how much it is, but yeah, like
they know already.
create
They got
yeah,
Google. They can Google the
yeah,
shit.
creating these channels costs money. But don't get me wrong, it's not like I can't afford it. I wouldn't be doing this, but yeah, it costs a pretty penny.
Yeah. It's like what do you call it? Like the bottom line or whatever. Like, you have extra. Everybody got everybody claims to be broke and stuff like that. But if it's something that you really want to do, you find the money. The money comes from somewhere.
Word, exactly.
So yeah, same thing with me.
Exactly.
Everything that I do, the money comes from somewhere. You
Right.
find it.
And like all the equipment that we buy, all the like subscriptions that we have to do in order to make the shows, like it's all worth it at the end, like because you love doing it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I see Yankee Morning Brew. I saw him for a minute, man. I want to throw him in there because trying to get the thoughts out of here. But salute to my man Heck. Heck was the first guest to this Diehard has a friend stuff. So I hope everybody goes back for the algorithm and stuff that's all jacked up. If you see these pods, go back and take a look. I like to do interviews. I've done interviews with other people before or whatever, but now is a little segment that I'm doing it because there's no Knicks basketball, nothing really to talk about. So and I have a broken foot. So right now I'm gonna be doing as many of these as I can. You know what I'm saying? Just to connect with people and just see people be themselves. Me and Heck had a great show. I really enjoyed talking to Heck. People really got to see. You can see people's personalities, but once you get into a setting like this, you can really see what a person is.
Word,
How they
yo.
are and stuff. So
The
to me,
show was dope.
that's important.
I was in the chat earlier. The show was very, very dope, man. It's hard to. I even DM you. It's hard following up Hector, man. Like Hector, he let his personality show. He's a pretty good dude, man. I liked him. That was the first time I actually came across his channel. So I actually went and tried to find his channel. I think I still got to follow though. I gotta find him on Twitter. But yeah, it was pretty dope. That was a dope interview.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But it is what it is, man. So we're over an hour now. So this is just interview stuff, man. So like I said, Hector, like it goes without saying that you're gonna be we're gonna be like joint, some kind of way, as time goes on, man. With your channel, my channel,
Right.
anybody else's channel, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to think about it, man. You with the Knicks, I got the Giants, he got the Yankees. We can definitely have a little sports hodgepodge type of show to talk about. Pretty much everything. We're all New York fans at the end of the day because I'm a Yankees fan as well.
Yeah, word up. There's a lot of stuff that we're talking about behind it because like not for nothing to start off like 19 comments said it's a hobby. It is a hobby, man. Because it's either I do this or I get in the gym because I'm fat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like either I spend my time doing this or I go to the gym. So I'm choosing to do this. So but we love it so much that it's like, okay, what else can we do with this? We all do a great job. Hector, you do, but me, we do a great job with this. So what can we do with this stuff now? Now it's going to come back. So
Right. And my fat ass is definitely not going to the gym. So I would definitely be potting every Giants game at halftime. I will be there. I would
yeah,
not be at the gym.
no doubt, man. So anyway, this is the channel. So if you can't find a link or the link isn't working, just type in Diehard Giants Live, and this is what you'll see. Right now, when we refresh it, because maybe you might have gained a subscriber or something.
Hey man, I
Let me
see
see.
why you gonna put the pressure on me like that. Oh, I
Wow,
got
double
you.
your subscribers in one night, man. You
Yeah.
believe that shit? 4 subscribers for the pod.
Yeah.
So tune in for every Sunday, right? Definitely every Sunday. You're trying to get
Yes.
an extra day eventually, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll probably start doing lives every Sunday or every time they play because we do have a Monday game, and I actually think we got like a London game too. So I'm gonna have to like get up early and do one
Right,
too. Those London games are like around 9 o'clock in the morning. That's
right.
gonna piss me off, but yeah, I'm gonna end up doing that too. But yeah, I'll probably do a show during the week too. We'll
Yeah,
figure it
man.
out.
Yeah. So this is what it is. Die Hard Giants Live. It's a network of podcasters, man. You got I am Jerrell, I am Eru, Die Hard Eru, and this is what it is. Man. Thanks for Jerrell for popping in.
No
And
problem, man. I appreciate it, man. Salute to everybody coming out in the chat, yo. I didn't expect a whole bunch of people being in the chat with just me being in the title. You know what I'm saying?
well, people are gonna pop in regardless. When it gets to like the extra people that pop into the chat, that has to do
Mhm.
with the algorithms. People
Right.
YouTube starts to pump it out, so the people say, "Oh shit, it was on," boop, whatever.
Right.
So it is what it is. People will catch it eventually, so they will see it and stuff like that. So
Well, at least we talked about the Donovan trade a little bit.
yeah, I mean, how could you not? How could you? Because that's like the big topic. And if anything, like that is like a I want to say like breaking news. If I want to say.
Man, ain't no breaking news, man. Don't do me like that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you said, according to my sources, if you said that people
Oh
are like, oh
yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's the corniest shit ever. I would never do that. I don't have any sources. I would just, ask somebody if they told me.
I got you. Well, you're my source, So when I
No,
make
right?
another post about it, I'll say, well, according to my sources, you know what I'm saying? And then you're like,
And
hey,
you gonna
it's me
tag
in
me?
the chat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna type. Yeah, I thought that. What's up?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, man. So anyway, everybody in the chat, everybody that pops in after the fact, please support and stuff like that. We're gonna keep it moving. We were talking about the hardships of the cost of this order, but it's all for the love. You know what I'm saying? So please support. We'll keep putting this stuff out. As long as everyone enjoys it and and keeps the community engaged and things of that need. Everybody got a job to do. You know what I'm saying? So everybody do your part for this whole culture thing, and then we'll keep building from there, man. Right?
Peace.
Yeah, bye. Yeah, man. Peace, Drill.
All right, man.
All right, bro.